Hello there. Welcome back to grade 12 business studies. In this video, I want to look at a test of March 2023. So we are going to look at a question paper from KwaZulu-Natal province. So we are going to look at question 2 on that question paper. That is our section B. So I'm going to our question. It's on business environment, and the first part of the question 2.1 is naming two pillars of broad-based economic empowerment act. 2003, that is our question, is got 2 marks. So we need to name any two pillars that we have. So remember, the pillars that we have, we can mention in terms of management control is one of the pillars. We're going to also talk about skills development as the pillar. So we have the pillars is our other section control, and also we've got ownership development, and also we've got social responsibility or social economic development. I'll try to list two from the list that we have. So we go to the next question. The next question will explain how CETAS is funded. So you would see that it is funded from different sources. We can also include the issue of donations. It's also involved in terms of its funding. We also have the issue of CETAS itself as it renders services. They receive some payments. So that can also be a source that can be stated. So we also have the sources stated in our answer section. So see that the first point is saying skills development agency for employers who have a salary bill that exceeds 500,000 rand per annum should pay 1%, that is 1% of their annual salary. CETAS receive 80% of the levy for organized fund. Then we go to the next one, donations or grants received from the public or businesses or CSI programs also being another option. And then we've got surplus funds from government institutions, funds received from rendering their services. So these are the sources that we have according to 2.2. So we go to the next part of the question, and it reads, read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. As an application, and it reads, barrette manufacturers BM formed a bargaining council for collective bargaining purposes. Employees are allowed to join trade union of choice. Salaries of trade union representatives were deducted for taking reasonable time off to attend trade union duties. The trade union representatives referred the salary deductions matter to CCMA to be resolved. The workers of BM recently engaged in an unprotected strike. BM dismissed employees who recently engaged in unprotected strike. So the first question is saying, quote the rights of employers, that is LRA 1995 866 of 1995 from the scenario above. So you will see that the Labor Relations Act is an important piece of legislation that governs the rights and obligations of employers and employees in South Africa. So basically, according to our question now, we need to identify the rights of employers and employees. So we can go to our scenario and try to identify. So if you come on the first sentence saying barrette manufacturers formed bargaining council for collective bargaining purposes. So the issue of forming a bargaining council for collective bargaining terms, the employer's rights. Then next sentence, employees are allowed to join trade union of choice. So this one is the right of the employee, is they are allowed to join a trade union of their choice. The next one, salaries of trade unions, representatives were deducted for taking reasonable time off to attend trade union duties. And the next sentence, the trade union representatives referred the salary deductions matter to CCMA to be resolved. So this becomes another right of the employers of BM recently engaged in an unprotected strike. Then BM dismissed employers who recently engaged in unprotected strike. So what we have to know also is that about the last statement that we have, it is the right of the employer to dismiss employees who engages in unprotected strike. So basically, the last sentence becomes the right of the employer. So having that, we can go to other section to see that summarized. Then we can see what do we have in terms of the rights of the employers and employees. So we have them presented in a table form. We've got rights of employer and then rights of employees. So under employers, we've got the first point, barrette manufacturers, which is BM formed bargaining council for collective bargaining purposes. So this is the point that we identified initially. And then we have got also BM dismissed the employees. For the employees are allowed to join trade union of choice. That is better to CCMA to be resolved. So basically, that's what we have on 2.3. So we go to the next part of the question, where we have which is now 2.3.2, which reads discuss the negative impact of Labor Relations Act 1995 88 of the 1995 on PM. So what is the negative impact that the Labor Relations Act yes, so obviously the Labor Relations Act is going to come with some rights of the employees, which are going to negatively affect the operations of the business. For example, the right to engage in industrial actions in terms of strikes is going to negatively affect productivity, as we are going to see some of the time that was supposed to be used to produce goods and services. We are going to see that time being used to engage in strike, which is going to obviously uh, affect the production processes. So those are some of the negatives that we can try to deduce from the Labor Relations Act. So we go to the other section again, try to see what do we have according to that. And now we are on 2.3.2. 2.3.2, we go and see these are the range of negative impact of Labor Relations Act that we have. The first one is saying employers may not get court interdict to stop a strike. So that becomes also a negative impact. And then about productivity, we explained it, how it leads to low productivity due to lost time. And then next one is saying employer may not dismiss employees at will, as Protections Act. Obviously, there are procedures that are going to be followed, which might make it difficult for employers to dismiss employees. Then cost of labor increases because of legal strikes. So these are some of the negatives that we can try to reduce. Take advantage of the right to strike without acknowledging their responsibilities. So you can see those negatives respect and the labor do not understand or respect the Labor Relations Act. So we are going to see a scenario whereby employers and employees might not follow what is required by the Labor Relations Act, which becomes a negative in terms of operation of workplaces. So going back to our question, going back to our 6 months, so obviously you can arrange in terms of the points that we have. So that are following there. Then we go to the next question. On the next question is 2.4, which reads suggest ways in which businesses can comply with the Compensation for Occupational Injuries and Diseases Amended Act. So compensation for occupational injuries and disease amended Act, that is 1997, Act 61 of 1997. So this kind of occupational injuries and disease amended Act. So you would see that the Compensation for Occupational Injuries and Diseases Amended Act aims to provide for compensation for disablement caused by occupational injuries or diseases sustained or contracted by employees in the course of their employment. So basically, that's what we have in terms of one of the aims that we have of COIDA. And then we try to come up with ways in which business can comply. So if you go to another section, you will see that one of the ways is to make sure that premises or equipment or machinery is in good working condition according to the organizations or the business. So basically, that's what we have. We can include that one. Then we go to other section to see a summary that we have. So 2.4, the first point that we have is businesses should provide a healthy, safe working condition working environment. Our business should provide a healthy or safe working environment. So this becomes the first one that we have. Then the second one is saying ensure that the premises, we have got the next one reading, register with the compensation commissioner and provide the particulars of the business. So these are some of the requirements, and then report all incidents to employees. So going back to our question, you would see that I had to raise at least 2 points. So according to our response section, you would see that we have got many points that we have that we can also include as they are following to be correct. So we can also include the other points that are following. So this is what we have on this part of the question, which is 2.4, and this becomes the last question that we have on this question 2 on business environment. So let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel. Let's share the link to our colleagues what we can call for our business studies. More typical examination questions will be uploaded on this channel. Let's stay tuned. Let's turn on the notification button so that when we upload the new videos, you get notified. Let's meet again in the next video. As for this video, I'm signing out.